Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ollie, and on this channel I'm talking about traveling, learning languages and life in Finland. I hope that you can see the difference in picture and in sound, because amazing news, I bought a camera and I'm very excited about it because it's actually the first time that I'm filming with a professional camera, and I believe that from now on the quality of my videos will be better. I really hope so, and I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate that you're subscribing to this channel, because I see that the channel is growing, and you know, it's an amazing feeling actually, and I'm very grateful for that you give me this feeling. I noticed in the comments that some of you write to me that you want to pass YKI test in some time. So I decided why not to make a video about it. I passed my YKI test in August this year, and it was a pretty scary experience. It was 4 months ago when I just moved to Finland. And I didn't have so much conversational practice that I have today, and I realized that if I would pass this test today, that maybe my result would be better. Because after 4 months of living in Finland, I feel myself so confident about my Finnish. I was in the bank yesterday and I was speaking Finnish in the bank. It's absolutely amazing achievement for me, because when I've been the previous time in the bank, I spoke English. I was not pretty sure that I can understand everything what another person say to me. So yesterday I spoke Finnish in the bank and it was amazing. So I'm pretty sure that if I would pass this YKI test today, I could be able to get maybe B2 level. So actually it doesn't matter, because fortunately I passed it successfully, and I'm very proud of it because it was the first time of passing this test. And I should tell you that this test is pretty difficult, but it's absolutely possible to prepare yourself for this test. And I've made it in 6 months after, I told the story in the previous video. I decided to pass YKI test when I was on A level, and then, I had only 6 months to get to B level. And I think that it's pretty interesting for you to know from my experience of how I prepared myself. I really hope that it's interesting for you. But for those who don't understand what is YKI test actually, I want to briefly explain you. YKI test is a Finnish language proficiency test, and you may ask, why do you need it in a country where almost everybody is speaking English fluently? The main reason why people pass YKI test is that it's a mandatory requirement for getting Finnish citizenship. So to get Finnish citizenship, you need to pass YKI test on keskitaso. It's B level, and it's a pretty difficult test. Actually, I must confess that it was pretty challenging for me, but I'm really happy that I managed to do it in my first time. So, the most important thing that you need to understand about YKI test is that YKI test is not a grammar test. I mean, it doesn't check how well you know grammar rules. Actually, the main purpose of YKI test is to check how well you can behave in some situations, in everyday situations that can happen with you here in Finland. And that's why I think that the most important about preparation for this test is that it's necessary to build your vocabulary. It's the first thing. And the second is that it's very important to develop your speaking and listening skills. It's even more important than, to know all the Finnish grammar because Finnish grammar will not help you to pass YKI test. And I want to make actually a series of videos about YKI test because, you know, it's a pretty big theme for conversation. And I want to tell you about each stage of preparing and passing this test. And actually in today's video, I want to talk about how to prepare for this test and how to do it properly, because it's very important to prepare for this test properly. And first of all, that I want to suggest you or, you know, advise you is to find a teacher. Because preparing yourself for YKI test by yourself, it's a very difficult thing. And it's about the thing that you need to have a conversational practice with somebody. The most, you know, difficult part of YKI test is actually listening and speaking. And the difficulty for foreigners actually is that the speed of the speech on this test is much higher than in any exercise in Suomenmestari. So you should be ready for it. And another important thing that I want to suggest you and to advise you is to actually to get acquainted with the tasks that you can meet on this test. And there is a pretty good website that is called YKI, and I will put the link below in the info box. But on this website you can actually see what kind of tasks you can meet on this test. And there are a lot of examples of, you know, listening tasks, and you can get acquainted with this speed. And actually it's very useful, because if you know what to expect from this test, that you will be able to prepare yourself for this test better. And also I want to suggest you to find a teacher who is a native Finnish speaker. For example, you can check Preply in order to find a teacher, and it will be very good and great if this teacher had some experience with preparing somebody for YKI test, and because this person will be able to understand how to prepare you and how to help you to prepare yourself for this test properly. And another thing that I want to talk about is that there are a lot of free resources that are available on the internet, and YouTube is actually one of the biggest resources for learning languages, in my opinion. So I will put the link of some YouTube channels that can help you. So okay, it was just like an introduction. And in the next videos we will talk about how to register yourself on this test, what to do before test, what to do during the test, and how to keep calm during the test. In the next videos I will be talking also about each part of this exam, and also I will give you the examples of my tasks that I had on my exam. And I really hope that this series of videos will be helpful for you. So if you have any questions about YKI test, about preparation, about how to pass it, or about my experience of passing this test, so you're absolutely free to ask me in the comments below. I will be happy to answer all the questions, because I'm answering all the questions under my videos, and I'm very thankful for you to write the comments. So yeah, if you have any questions, so please write them below. And I wish you great weekends. If you are preparing now for YKI test, I wish you patience because preparing for this test needs a lot of work. But you know, if you believe in yourself, you will pass this test for sure, because I believe in you and I believe that you can pass this test. It's all for today. I wish you great weekends and see you next week in a new video.